through of a demo of this AI application. That is a consultant that does both inquiry request complaints and uses LangChain, LangGraph to answer questions and then call tools. So it is hosted on Render. And then let's start with some of the features. Number one, it can actually allow customers to book via natural language. So let me give an example. Can say book me, and it requires a phone number. Phone number is 12345 6. And so what happens is we expect that information to be filled automatically in this Google Sheet, which has actually been pre-registered and pre-configured. So obviously it has been done here. So also this application can also cancel, and of course it uses tools. It tells the customer the particular tool it uses. It's used in that response. So this in this case is used sign up with internal entity tool. So we will come here and then we look at some of the tools that we have. So it has these tools. So sign up meeting. So this is a tool that was called for that action, that response. And then it can also save information, whatever message that has been sent has been saved in this corner. And so it when you come to the dbeaver here, you can see the chat message that has just been sent. So it is saved on the DB. And not only that, it can also cancel that booking. So you can say cancel my booking, and so when it is sent, so we expect that all of the information of this customer that has been saved in this file will be automatically erased by that. So obviously it has been done, and then it tells the customer successfully unregistered and tells the customer what it has done. Now some of the information that has been saved on that file, they were all taken from the state. Obviously I said it is uses the LangChain, LangGraph, the state. One of the information that has been saved in that state is the user info. The user info includes information such as the customer name and customer email address. So this information was sent when tool is being called. This information has been taken as part of the context, and then when the tool is being called itself, it is sent to the it is sent to that tool when it is when it is called as a parameter. Okay, so that's one of the things it can do. It can also do other things by even answering questions, general questions. For example, let's say explain rocket science in one sentence. So this is just the LLM deciding to use its tools that have been given to it, and of course it also can give information from its own general knowledge. Now this has actually been achieved because of the graph. The graph allows the LLM to answer directly doing these conditional edges, and of course it can also call the tools. So this is a tool handler node. So it depends on the reasoning of then the questions of the customer. So the LLM will decide when to call the tool and what particular tool to call, and if at all is going to call any tool. So and also we have a RAG also installed here. This is my model that has been used. I'm using HNSW using M of 16, which is a the configuration, which is the default of obviously the EF construction is 64. And then also we have some of the things that we did here that I did here also. The embedding I used is Openai, and so one of the problems I had before. I was using Hugging Face embedding, so it requires you to have a large RAM, and it used a lot of my RAM, a lot of my powerhouse, and so I had to resort to an API-based LLM, so which uses a very low RAM, and of course it is a paid service, but all this is very very cheap. So now, apart from the fact that it can do all those things I said, it can also send an email. So from that chat interface, I can tell the LLM, I can chat the chatbot to send an email for me, send this email to the company for me. And so I'll type my message. The message is I want my refund So when I send this message, when I'm sending this mail, that's message to LLM, I'm going to give that LLM my message that I wanted to send, and then tells me that, oh, that sent that LLM that message to medical tractors, and then it will give me the email by which it will respond to me and tell me the particular tool that it used. So if I check my mail now, to be able to see now the inquiry from the customer tells me this is the subject, this is the information that this customer requested to give to the company. So apart from all of this, I also have RAG on this application. So for example, I can say I want to know what is your refund policy for this company called Medusa Tractors. So the LLM would also go to the RAG. So the RAG is also I'm using a pgvector. So pgvector. So the embeddings are being done. I'm using Openai embedding HNSW. I was using IBV flat before, but that didn't work for me. And then of course I switched to HNSW. So it has all the information already saved in RAG. So that's information of that custom of the refund policy. It gives you that information. It can also do bookings and remove bookings. And then just a little walkthrough of some of the things we have here. So this is the point where the documents are embedded. So as I'm using recursive character text splitter of 1000. I'm using 1000 chunk size and then an overlap of 200 just to give it not to, so that you don't miss some context. And that's one of the things that we have here. What else we have? So now it has given us that information of that of Medusa Tractors, their refund policy. So lessons learned, obviously, some of these things, one of the most important lesson, obviously, is that part of the LLM core. So, which is very important. The LLM core is important in the sense that you want to use LLM. I would probably want to use LLM that's even closer home to reduce the latency. And then I want to make sure that even the tools, because now I have the tools, a lot of tools here on this on the DB. The tools, of course, they are stored in DB. I have a lot of the tools. I have many of them, 24. So it's very good to just have as little number of tools as possible so that the LLM would the context window is able to add a lot of the LLM will have more faster responses. So it is hosted on render. So I think that's basically it for my end. Thank you very much.